Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture is titled Orion's Treasures Over Snowy Mountains. So what do we see here? Well, here we see up in the sky the constellation of Orion. Now, it probably doesn't look like what you're used to seeing because there's so much other stuff visible here. But this is an example of an image that you can get with just a camera. So here, no telescope involved, simply a camera pointed at the sky in the right direction with a long enough exposure to bring out all of the detail. And we see, if you look there, you can see parts of Orion as well. And in fact, some of these things are labeled for you. And in fact, we see the Great Orion Nebula. And just above and to the left of that would be the three stars in the belt of Orion. And the Orion Nebula, a nearby star-forming region, glowing with the light of hydrogen gas. Now, that's not the only nebula that we see here. We could see labeled is the Rosette Nebula off to the left here, as well as Barnard's Loop, which kind of loops around the entire constellation and makes a semicircle there around much of Orion. Now, one of the stars in Orion is also labeled, and that is the star Betelgeuse. Now, Betelgeuse is one of the brighter stars in Orion. It and Rigel down to the lower right-hand side there, in fact, just below the Witch Head Nebula, are the two brighter stars in Orion. Now, if we look at them, we notice they're two very different colors. Betelgeuse is distinctly red, while Rigel is distinctly blue. And what that tells us when we're looking at a star is about the temperature. Now, the nebula, it doesn't tell us about the temperature. It tells us about the composition. But the color of a star tells us its temperature. The hotter a star is, the more energetic and the shorter wavelengths of light, higher energy light it's going to produce. So Rigel is a much hotter star because it looks blue, giving off lots of high energy blue light. Betelgeuse, on the other hand, is a red supergiant star, much cooler, about half the temperature of our own sun, and therefore gives off more red and infrared light, making it look very red in the sky. And you can actually notice this if you go out and look at them. You probably won't see the blue tinge to Rigel because it's a little harder for our eyes to pick up the blue, but you can very distinctly see a red tint to Betelgeuse when you look at it in the sky. So it's a very nebula-rich region, a very high star-forming region within our galaxy. It's not a gigantic star-forming region by astronomical standards, but because it is so close, it's one of the best studied and best imaged. And here you can see that you really need a very wide field to see the whole thing. A telescope might get you a nice image of any of the individual sections here, but to really see the whole thing and get the whole picture, you need a much wider field of view, such as we get here in this image. So that was our picture of the day, titled Orion's Treasures Over Snowy Mountains. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be Reflecting Orion. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone. And I will see you in class.